My mother-in-law love football.
Can I go back to the washing now? I'd said before that it was wash day on Monday and Tuesday was ironing. But wash day wasn't just Monday in some ways, because often for the dirtier things, the work clothes, they would be put in soak overnight, and they would be scrubbed on the collars and the bits that were the worst and left to soak. Next day they would go into the boiler. Now the boiler, as I said, had got a fire underneath, and that would be lit quite early. When my dad got up, the boiler would be lit so that it would be hot enough to wash. And then all the washing that had been put in soak would go into the boiler, along with any other washing. But you couldn't put coloured things in with white things, because they would definitely run in those days. Today it's not always so, but then if you put red in with white, you had a pink shirt, and men didn't like pink shirts for work, and so that's what they had to do. And you get what was called a dolly. If you hadn't got a boiler, you boil your hot water up, bucket by bucket, kettle by kettle, and put them into a tub, and then your dolly would be used to work it. It was like a stick with a rounded bit on the bottom and 3 legs, and that would be jabbed up and down, up and down, up and down until the washing was done. And then after that it would be taken out and put through a mangle to dry it. The mangle would wring out the washing, get most of the water out. If you got sheets and things, you could put those through, and they didn't need ironing after. But that would be put on the line, and the washing line would be spread across the opening where we were, because we've got 3 rows of houses, and in your yard, and it would be dried that way. And then Tuesday would definitely be the day for ironing, and that would take all day. Mums had to do quite a lot, because they'd still got to do the cooking, and they'd still got to look after the children. And that was wash days. 2 days, or 3 if you looked at it in one way. But they had to be done like that to make sure that they were clean. Mum eventually had a washing machine when I was 13. But that was after they'd taken the boiler out, and she needed something to wash with, otherwise it was going in the sink or in this tub. And so they bought a washing machine, a gas washing machine. A pipe would be attached to a gas tap, and that would bring in enough to heat the water until it was ready. And that's how that was done. Also, you could get a gas iron. If you had an iron, it was usually put on the side of the fire and kept hot. The way to tell whether it was hot enough would be to spit on it or dribble a drop of water on. And if it sizzled and ran across, it was hot enough. But then the gas iron came out, and that made things easier. Although it could be dangerous. My mother-in-law had flames shoot out of the back of hers 2 or 3 times, frightening my husband when he was little. After the gas, it became electric, and it was a twin tub. Washing went in one side. When it was washed, it would be taken out, put into the other side, and spun, and the water would come out, and that made it much easier. But gas until then was all that we had. was a few burnt fingers with the iron. If you touched the iron while it was hot without a handle cover, you burnt your hand, and that wasn't good. But then there wasn't a remedy. Nothing you could put on except old boy's tale, butter. You put butter onto something hot. Imagine it. If you put butter onto a roast potato or a jacket potato, it melts and it's hot. And that's what it used to do. It would melt onto the burn and make it even more tender. So don't try it. If you burn yourself, don't try putting butter on. Find something else. You go to the chemist. If you have to, go to your doctor. They will sort you out. But no butter on your burns. And that's all I've got to say for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching before. And thank you for all the comments that you've given, because they're all good and encouraging for me. Good night.